Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'm glad you're here today. Hi again. It's me, Miss Danielle, back to read another book to you today. I'm so excited. This week we celebrated Earth Day, which is a day where we thank the earth for being so great to us. It gives us our food, it gives us air to breathe, it gives us water to drink. So it deserves a day that we celebrate it. So I'm here today to read a book that's one of my favorite books of all time, and I thought that it would be a great book to celebrate Earth Day. You might not have heard of it. It's called The Snail and the Whale. Check that whale out. The book is written by Julia Donaldson, who's one of my favorite children's authors of all time, and the pictures are done by Axel Scheffler. Julia Donaldson also wrote Room on the Broom and The Gruffalo, so that might be why you know these books. So I'm going to jump right in and read Snail and the Whale. The Snail and the Whale by Julia Donaldson. This is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big gray-blue humpback whale. This is the rock as black as soot, and this is the snail with the itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The world is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. Can a snail sail? I wonder what's going to happen. These are the other snails in the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock, and said to the snail with the itchy foot, Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put. This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, Ride wanted around the world. Check that out. She wrote her message on the rock. This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale, immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves, of shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the starlit sea and said to the snail, Come sail with me. Is the snail gonna go for a ride with the whale? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see. There she is, look. She's so little up on the whale's tail. This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs. See these icebergs? And far off lands, with fiery mountains. Check out that volcano. And golden sands. Hey, look, a turtle. These are the waves that arced and crashed and foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. These are the caves beneath the waves, where the colorful fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam past the whale and the snail on his tail. Let's take a look. Can you find the snail? You're right. There she is. Look at those sharks with their toothy grins. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, like over here, sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning, flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Oh, it's so scary. And as she gazed at the sky, the sea, the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all, and said to the whale, "I feel so small." But then came the day that the snail lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, oh, too loud, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the tide slipping away. Oh no. And this is the whale lying beached in a bay. "Quick, off the sand, back to sea," cried the snail. "I can't move on land, I'm too big," moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. And then, "I've got it," she cried and started to crawl. "I must not fail," said the tiny snail. What's she gonna do? How's she gonna help that whale? This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. Can you ring with me? Ring, 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 ring. This is the teacher holding the chalk, telling the class, "Sit straight, don't talk." This is the board, as black as soot. I think I know what's coming. And this is the snail with an itchy foot. "A snail, a snail." The teacher turns pale. "Look," say the children, "it's leaving a trail." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, get up close, "Save the whale." She did it. She got the message out. These are the children running from school, fetching the firemen, digging the pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Hey, they're all working together. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, "Hooray!" as the snail and the whale travel safely away. There they go. They did it. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock. There they are. Who said, "How time's flown," and "Haven't you grown?" And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves, of shooting stars and enormous waves, and of how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the gray-blue humpback whale. The end. Thanks for joining me for that book. This is one of my favorite books because I enjoy the rhymes in it, and I love the story of a little snail who did something so big, just like you. You can feel little sometimes, but that doesn't stop you from doing big things. Anyway, that's all for now, friends. I'll make another video next week, and I can't wait to see you next time. Until then, I wish you well.